Hold up. Don't go that way. What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Coffee with Davon Nelson. Listen, I want to talk to you briefly about detours, right? Have you ever been traveling down a road that's familiar to you, and you know this road like the back of your hands, and you don't see no signs of road work or nothing, you know what I'm saying? But all of a sudden you get to a certain point and you know this is your turn, but the road is blocked. You gotta detour and go down a different path that you never traveled this path before. So it really makes it hard to trust that this path is going to lead you, because the only way you know is this road, right? So I want to read something to you from Proverbs 3 verse 5. It say, trust in the Lord with all your heart and lean not on your own understanding. Verse 6, in all your ways acknowledge him and he will make your path straight. I want to share something with you that happened to me last night. Okay, so of course, a lot of y'all know that me and my wife, we are into real estate. And so a mentor of mine, he called me yesterday and he wanted me to go and look at a property. And so I went and looked at the property and stuff. And long story short, I met with the people who I was supposed to meet with, talk with them. We talked for a while. So I get back in the car, I'm driving, and next thing you know, I noticed I got to get gas. So I went and I pulled over to the store to get gas, and I filled up the car and everything, not even paying attention, not looking around or whatever. And next thing you know, after I fill up the car with gas, I get in the car, I'm driving, the car is making a funny sound. So I pull off to the side. I'm still in the store parking lot. Pull off to the side and I look, flat tire. I'm like, oh. So me being me, I call, I messaged my wife and I let her know, what was going on, and pretty much I was okay. And so I changed the tire, I put the spare on, and when I put the spare on and I let the car down on the spare, whatever, I noticed that the spare tire was going flat as well. So I was like, oh, okay. But, thankfully I was in the parking lot of QTs, and a lot of QTs have free air. So I pulled around to the air pump and I pumped up the spare tire, and I'm like, we can just get another tire or whatever the next day, which is today. And so I put air in the tire, whatever. I'm driving, and when I got to the on-ramp to get onto the highway, I got frustrated. And I'm just being transparent with you. I got frustrated. Why? Because the off-ramp, the on-ramp to get onto the highway was blocked. It was completely shut down. And that's the only way that I knew to get home, is to take this route and go this direction. That's the only way I knew to get home. So with it being blocked off, it wasn't no signs to say, road work ahead or, got a detour. Wasn't none of that. So I'm thinking that everything is okay. I'll be able to go this way. And keep in mind, I'm thinking the spare tire is still going flat as well, so I'm like, I gotta do something to hurry up and get home, so I keep going straight, because by this time my GPS has rerouted me and it said go straight. Now I'm wanting to fight with it and go the way that I think is right for me. So I completely just say, okay, whatever, I'm gonna continue on going straight. And in my mind, I'm getting more and more frustrated, because I'm thinking about this spare tire is going flat. I'm gonna be going in a place where I never been. I don't even know where this place is. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna just keep going straight and just see what happens. So I drive about, I say it was about 5 minutes up the road from the off ramp to where I'm supposed to get off normally. But I keep going 5 minutes up the road, and I get to it was a red light, and it's a long line of cars, and I'm not even paying attention. But I look off to my right. It's a gas station, and you know me, I'm just looking around like frustrated, like, oh God. And I happened to look to my left, and when I looked to my left, it was a tire shop sitting right there on the corner. Now, keep in mind, I'm in the far right lane, you know, getting ready to turn right, but it's a red light, so I can't go no further. So I made sure that there were no cars coming. I turned like 4 or 5 lanes into the parking lot. And when I pulled up to the tire shop, you know, they was getting ready to actually close. And so, you know, I told them pretty much, I shared with them what happened. And the guy told me, go ahead and pull in, you know. So long story short, you know, he ended up changing my tire for me, giving me a new tire, you know what I'm saying? And you know, pretty much helping me get back home, you know. And so to think about that story and think about what happened last night while I was riding home after that, you know, it's like I felt in my heart like this scripture, lean not to your own understanding, but in all your ways acknowledge him, he will direct your path. The way that I thought was going to get me home would have actually probably not worked, you know, because it's all highway. It ain't nothing in between. And keep in mind, after I left that tire shop and I finally made that right turn that I was getting ready to make, I drive down a few blocks. Next thing you know, I see 3 or 4 tire shops that were still open. And I felt like then that's where God said, you know, I always provide a ram in the bush for you, but you have to listen to me and trust me, not your own way. Because see, if I had went the way that I knew and the way that I thought was right, I probably would have ended off on the side of the road, probably would have got in an accident because the tire probably would have blew out. You know, but because I didn't go against what I felt I needed to do, you know, I listened to it. And I just want to share with anybody that's listening today, like, you know, for the past 20 something years, you know, you've been trying to do it your way. You've been trying to go down the road that you think is right for your life. And it may very well be that you have to detour and go down a road that's unfamiliar to you, because if you do, all the resources that you need to reach your destination will be set up for you and waiting on you to just pass right by. So stop thinking that roadblocks and detours are, you know, only come from the enemy. They don't. You know, we got to stop giving the enemy so much power. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of times roadblocks and obstacles don't come from the enemy. They may very well be God's way of protecting you from yourself or protecting you from something that may harm you. So you got to stay on that road. If you got a destination set in your GPS, and by all means you're going to reach that destination, but sometimes you keep getting rerouted because you keep fighting against what's already been predetermined. You see, if you put in your GPS system that you want to go from Florida to New York, there's no need for you to drive the totally opposite way and think that you're going to reach. You'll reach your destination, but you won't reach it in the amount of time that you think. But if you follow the GPS, it'll get you there in a timely manner. So you may have to detour a little bit. You may have to add a few minutes to your trip, you know, but if you just stay the course, all the resources you need along that journey, along that path will be set up for you. Just like that tire shop. That tire shop for me last night was a resource. But if I had not followed the set out path to get that in that direction, I would have went the way that I thought was right for me in that moment, because I was frustrated and I was ready to get home. I would have missed a blessing. I would have missed the opportunity. I would have missed, you know, just things set up, some resources set up for me. So stop thinking that the path you are on is wrong. That roadblock, that detour, that setback, it may very well not be from the enemy, but God is trying to protect you from something. He's trying to protect you from yourself. He's trying to protect you from what you can't see down the road. You know what I'm saying? So listen, I'm not going to take up all your time. I hope this is blessed or inspired somebody. Man, get out, do something great, live your life. And man, detours are okay. Deuces.